Vibes. My name's Sam, and today I'm going to go over some books that I've recently purchased, and one of them I got from my library, so I will go over these. We'll see, maybe there's something you'll be interested in. All right, let's get started. So the first one is Raft of Stars by Andrew J. Graff. And this one is about, it takes place in 1944 in Wisconsin. And it's about two boys who are 10 years old. They both have dads who are not good to them. They don't treat them well. And I think they're abusive. So one of the boys, he goes by Fish. He decides that he's sick of seeing his best friend being treated bad. So he gets a gun. The two boys go and plan on killing his dad, and they fire a gunshot. They think that they killed him, so they run. They run into the woods. They take a raft onto a river, and then they realize there's a lot of dangers when they're on their own in the woods. So in the meantime, there's 4 people looking for them. Their mother, of course. Their grandfather, who's really familiar with the woods, and then a sheriff and a gas station attendant. So this book just goes on their journey and what happens from when they thought they shot his dad. So yeah, I've heard good things about that one. So the next one is called Starfish. It is by Lisa Phipps, and it is about a 5th grade girl who has a pool party for her birthday, and she wears a whale outfit, a whale swimsuit, and she gets teased ever since then and bullied because she's overweight and she wore a whale swimsuit. So this is written in verse, and it's just her journey about loving herself despite what others are saying and how much she's getting teased and bullied for her weight. So I'm reading this for a book club, and also I have a 5th grader who I'm homeschooling, and I thought this would be a good class book to just teach her about loving herself. And then this is called Homegoing by Ya Gazi. This takes place in Ghana in the 18th century. It's about 2 half-sisters who don't know about each other. They grow up in 2 different villages. So one ends up marrying an Englishman, and he takes her, they live their life in a castle. And then the other one actually gets captured, and she gets captured and she gets sold into slavery in the same castle where her half-sister is living. So I think that's a really interesting concept, and I'm excited to see how their paths cross in this book. And then we have In an Instant, which is really pretty, and it's by Suzanne Redfern. And I don't know too much about this one, but I know it's about a 16-year-old girl, and she's in a car accident with 10 other people in the middle of a snowstorm on the edge of a mountain, and nobody knows they're there. Like, it's a really bad storm. They can't get in contact with anyone to come save them, so it's about their survival. And I think that it takes place in like a really short amount of time, maybe like a day or 2, but I'm not positive. But it just sounds really interesting and just a fun, cozy read for the winter. Okay, then we have His and Hers by Alice Feeney. And I've never read any of her books, and I did hear someone talking about this from one of the Facebook groups that I'm a part of, and I thought that I'd give it a try. This one's about a woman who's murdered, and then there's a newsreader named Anna Andrews, and she doesn't want anything to do with the case. She doesn't want to cover it. She's having like doubts about it for some reason. And then there's an investigator on the case, and his name is Jack Harper, and he's suspicious as to why she doesn't want to be covering the story. But then he becomes a suspect in the murder investigation himself. So yeah, it's a psychological thriller, which I love. And then this one is called Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica. And this one is about 3 people who go missing. One is a 6-year-old girl named Delilah. And they search for them after this happened. Of course, they don't end up finding either one of them, unfortunately. But then 11 years later, Delilah shows up. And everyone is like, what? Like, where did you come from? What happened? And this goes into her story and what happened to her. And they said that nobody is prepared for what they're about to hear. So I'm really excited to see what happened to her. All right. And then this one is called Reckless Girls. I thought the cover was so pretty and so summery. And it's by Rachel Hawkins. And this is about an island that is known for shipwrecks, cannibalism, and rumors of murder. So, of course, there's a group of 6 girls who are in their 20s. They're really pretty. They love to have fun, go on vacation. So they're like, we want to go to this island and have a vacation. So there's 6 of them. They go to this island, and then after they arrive, shortly they realize, wow, we're pretty far away from civilization here. And then one turns up dead and one is missing. So they start to see the things happening that they've heard rumors about this island. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then I have this one called Confessions on the 745 by Lisa Unger. So this one starts off with these 2 girls on a train, 2 women on a train. One is named Martha and the other one is named Selena. So they start to talk, and then Martha confesses to Selena that she is having an affair with her boss. And then Selena is like, well, since you confessed that, she believes that her husband is having an affair with their nanny. So they are talking, then they go about their day, they get off the train, they never expect to see each other again. But then, the nanny disappears days later after she told this stranger about what she had thought was going on. So, yeah, we get to find out if she had anything to do with it. This is a book of the month pick called The Maid from Needa Prose. And it's about a woman named Molly who lacks social skills. And her grandma really helps her out with that. She understands her well. But then her grandma ends up passing away, and Molly is left to kind of figure things out on her own. So she is really good with multitasking. She's good at organizing. So she decides to work at a hotel as a maid. So everything's going well until one of the people staying in the room she goes to clean is found still there and dead. His name is Mr. Blake, I think. Yeah, Mr. Blake. And so then they try to find out who did it, what's going on. Of course, she's getting interviewed, and I'm sure she's nervous because people probably are looking at her sideways because she is kind of socially awkward, and she's the one who found him. So, last one I have to talk about is another book of the month pick. It's called A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. And I've already heard things about this. I've heard good things, bad things. So I'm excited to see what I think of it. I know it's about a girl named Chloe Davis. When she's 12, 6 teenage girls go missing in her town. And let's see. Yeah, they went missing. And her dad ends up confessing to all of it. So he gets put away for life. And her and her family are left to pick up the pieces to kind of figure out how to go about life with that information. So then we fast forward 20 years later. Chloe is a psychiatrist for troubled teens. And then she's about to get married and she's really excited. She's finding peace. She's happy at where she's at right now. But then in the summertime, I think 2 teenager girls go missing. And she's like, what's going on? Am I just like replaying things that happen? Am I making this up? Is it really happening? So we figure out if it's happening all over again to her. That's all I have. I hope to get to some of these books this month. However, I do have some ARC copies that I want to read because they're new releases, and I really want to get those reviews out too. So either way, thank you for stopping by my channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've read any of these books, if they sound interesting to you, and which ones I should prioritize if you have. Otherwise, hit the subscribe button, please, so you can see more content that I have. I will be posting every week, so I would love for you to come join me. Thank you. Bye.